In this video, we're going to go over what the fudge is a super tenor ukulele. Welcome to Ukulele Pros, and I actually need to correct that intro. It's not what is a super tenor ukulele, but what is a 5-string 19-inch super tenor. But to really help you understand this, okay, I got a few ukuleles with me. I got a standard Kanilea tenor. I got a 4-string super tenor. And then I have a super tenor with a 19-inch scale length and 5 strings. But before we get into all of these, do you know that we give away an ukulele every single month right here on our channel? All you got to do to enter that is subscribe to the channel and then click that link below, go sign up, and that's it. And you're automatically entered to win one of the monthly ukuleles that we give out here. So these are all available at store.ukelikethepros.com, and I wanted to talk about this super tenor here. This one just happens to be a 5-string with, oh yeah, Mastergrade wood, because it's people really like them, they're interested in them, but what makes them super tenor? What makes them a 19-inch scale length and the 5-string as well? And we're going to go over that because all of these ukes that I just showed you, the regular tenor 17-inch scale length, the regular super tenor 17 scale length, and this super tenor with a 19-inch and 5 strings, all available at one place, store.ukelikethepros.com. So you ready? Check this out. Woo! All right, so this is a 5-string. Absolutely incredible. K-1 ST 5. Kanilea K-1, that's their standard model. Super tenor. What makes it a super tenor? Don't worry, I'm going to go over that. 5-string, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the 19-inch scaling. So absolutely incredible. Let's talk about a few things. Let's talk about the wood grain. Okay, this is all with all Kanilea. Kanilea has 4 levels of wood grain. They have what's called the select. It's not called select. It would just be like K1 super tenor. That would be it. That's just their select, their straight grain Koa wood. Then they have the deluxe. The deluxe wood is straight grain with a little bit more variations in it, a little bit of curl, maybe a little bit of waviness. Then they have the premium, which is the nicer wave grain, has a lot more curl, waviness, some variations of wood, maybe some tone wood. And then they have the master grade wood. I mean, just look at this. You got to appreciate the wood alone. I mean, just the size. Look at the racing stripes on it. Boom, and then look at the back. I mean, oh my gosh. Absolutely incredible. They typically don't even make super tenors in the master grade. So this was actually one that wasn't supposed to be a master grade. They didn't realize it was a master grade until they finished it and was like, oh my gosh, this wood is actually master grade level. All right, so this is a super tenor. All right. What makes it a super tenor is a couple things. One is you're going to notice it has a much wider lower bout here. This is 10.5 inches right here on this super tenor. And then if you look at the upper bout here, okay, 7 inches wide on this one. And then when you flip it, well, this doesn't make too much. And I'm going to bring out the tenor in a second. 2 5/8 thickness. But really, it's really about the length, this width right here of this lower bout and a little bit wider of the upper bout as well. Now, if we compare it to a normal Kanilea tenor here, okay, this is their standard K1T. I think this is a deluxe model. You're going to have a little bit different. This lower bout here is 9 3/8, right? So if you look at the difference between the two, you can see that this one has a much fatter lower bout. And also this super tenor here actually has a wider bout here. So this one on this one is 6 3/4, remember, and this one is 7. So you're just talking about a bigger body. Now, what is that bigger body going to do? It's going to give you a little bit more sound, a little bit louder. It's going to give you a little bit more bass, and it should be a little bit more of a fuller sound. Now, what's interesting is this regular tenor here is actually just a hair thicker. I mean, talking about like 1/8 or 2 of an inch than the super tenor. All right, so what do you think so far? Leave a comment below. Now, let me play this thing again. And then I'm going to grab the other super tenor, the 17-inch, and show you that. This is the 5-string. Again, this video is really about this 5-string super tenor 19-inch, but I wanted to show you these other ones so you can really get a feel what makes them super tenor, and then also now what makes the difference between a 19-inch scale length and a 17-inch scale length. Let me grab that one. All right, so I had to bring out a regular super tenor, K-1 ST super tenor. This is not a 5-string, and you can hear in the sound, right? It's just not as big as full. And then this is also a 17-inch, so 17-inch scale length. Do not drop that. 17-inch scale length, normal standard tenor ukulele versus this 5-string is a 19-inch. And if you pair it up, the nuts here, do not touch them, do not touch them. You're going to see that this one is 2 inches longer than the regular super tenor. So really, that's not going to affect the sound as much. It's really the 5-string versus a 4-string, but these extra 2 inches are going to do something for you. All right, let me put this one away and I'll tell you exactly what that is. All right, so really the 19 inches, what it's going to do is almost a baritone. Baritones are 20 inches, right? Scale length from the nut to the saddle. So a baritone's going to be, boom, 1 inch a little bit longer. So it's going to give you a little bit longer of a neck. To me, it doesn't feel uncomfortable at all. It feels great. Actually, it feels great. It's going to give you a little bit of space, extra space right here between the frets too. Going to give you a little bit extra space and a little bit more frets as well. So if you have big hands, maybe if you're a guitar player, or maybe if you just like the bigger size of an instrument, not only of the super tenor, but also the 19-inch. This is a great one for you. Don't forget all these stored at ukelikethepros.com. Now, what do you think so far? Leave a comment below. I wanted to bring all these out so you can really help answer this question. Now, this is a 5-string. The way this one is tuned is high G, wound low G, C, E, A. So it's just like a normal ukulele, except it has a double G, both a high G and then a wound string. And that's going to give you that. But as I showed you earlier, actually, you can actually finger pick with it, and it gives you that nice octave G there that really sounds really good. All right, so the Kanilea, this is a K-1 ST5 19-inch. All right, and this one happens to be Mastergrade Wood. It is available, stored at ukelikethepros.com. What do you think? Do you like the 5-string? I think it's awesome. I used to think you couldn't finger pick on these, but as I demonstrated, you can, and it still sounds cool. Going to give you that much bigger sound with that extra string there on the G. A big full sound. If you just like to, if you want to be loud, you want to be heard, this is it. 5-string, 19-inch, super tenor, that bigger body. Game changer. Game changer. Let me just show you the headstock here just in case you wanted to see what the 5 strings look like. They got 3 on one side and then 2 on the other. So, all right, that's going to do it. I appreciate you being here. If you like anything I'm doing, you want to learn how to play ukulele, get better, ukelikethepros.com, the #1 instructional site. Over 20 courses, memberships, worldwide community, absolutely fantastic. Make sure to check that out. And then also, don't forget, monthly giveaway ukuleles. Subscribe to the channel and sign up with that link below. And then if you want, check us out over on our Patreon page. We do a bunch of stuff over there just for our Patreons as well. So anyway, I'm out of here. I love this thing. Absolutely fantastic sounding, playing, feeling, and obviously looking. K-1 ST5 19-inch super tenor by Kanilea, stored at ukelikethepros.com.